دفتر این 9 باید تمام بشه. بسیار. سلام علیکم و رحمت الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. الحمد و الثناء لله رب العالمین و الصلاة و السلام علی اشرف الانبیاء و المرسلین حبیب قلوبنا و طبیب نفوسنا ابی القاسم المصطفى محمد و علی اهل بیته الطیبین الطاهرین المعصومین المکرمین سیما بقیت الله فی الارضین و لعن الدائم علی اعدائهم اجمعین من الآن الی قیام یوم الدین. قال الله الحکیم فی کتابه الکریم الف لام میم ذلک الکتاب لا ریب فیه هدی للمتقین الذین یؤمنون بالغیب و یقیمون الصلاة و مما رزقناهم ينفقون. It's my honor, it's my privilege, it's my pride to be part of tonight's program. I drove a long way to be here. I drove like 8 hours from a city in Virginia to be here, and inshallah tomorrow I go back to New York to head back to Iran after 2 months of service in the months of Muharram and Safar. And I'm pretty sure you all spent these 2 months remembering the sacrifices of Karbala, remembering Imam Hussein alayhi salam and his companions, and your aim and purpose was to only revive the message of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, to keep Karbala alive, to remind ourselves that Karbala has not been an incident that only happened years ago. Rather, it's something that repeats, that we have a Karbala for ourselves. Please recite the salawat. Allahumma. That's the dard nakuna. That Karbala is repeating itself, and that we have the Karbala of our time. Many assume that the situation in Karbala was very clear, meaning that Imam Hussein alayhi salam was so clear to be on the path of Haqq, and the other side was so obvious that they're on the path of Batil. That was not the case. If that was the case, you wouldn't have 30,000 people on one side and only 72 on the other. Should that scare us? Yes, it should. What happened after the departure of Rasulullah was that Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, which the Holy Prophet said, La as'alukum alayhi ajran. I don't need any reward from you. I don't need your money, I don't need your reputation, I don't need your socio-economical status. Whatever you have, it's for yourself. I don't need any of it. Even though I showed you the right path, even though I brought you Islam, I don't want anything from you except one thing. إِلَّا الْمَوَدَّةَ فِي الْقُرْبَى. Love Ahlul Bayt. And guess what the nation did? They did the exact opposite. The respect for Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, the status of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam in the eyes of the Ummah was under the huge bombardment of the media of the time and the propaganda. To the extent that people were not replying the salam of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam in the streets of Medina. If you want to see the root of Karbala, look at it in Medina. Search for it in the streets of Medina. Do you want to know when Karbala started? It's now, when the Holy Prophet left this dunya. And what was Karbala? It was the test for those who claimed to be on the path of truth, standing steady on the path of righteousness. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed them the true color. Imam, an infallible Imam, is the connection between Tawheed, oneness of Allah, and Sharia, the religion. That connection between these two is the Imam himself. If Imam is not there, the Tawheed will have many fake claimers. You see all these fake religions out there. They just invite you to reflection, be a good person. All right, for that we didn't need Islam. Our fitra, our nature recognizes that stealing money is bad. Our fitra and nature, by nature we understand that lying is bad. We don't need a prophet to come and tell us. We didn't need Islam for that. We needed Islam to take us through the original path to the right Tawheed. And how can that happen? It's with the Imam. And Sharia. What happens to Sharia without Imam? It becomes a series of aimless rituals that can't add anything to you. Or, in a better way, it adds to your burden and adds to your deviation. This is a hadith. It says, "Man salatuhu lam tanhahu anil fahsha'i wal munkar." The individual whose prayer does not refrain him from evil doings, from bad deeds, lam yazdaduhu illa bu'da. It doesn't add anything to him except getting further away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah, I'm praying and I'm getting further away. Is that a possibility? Yes, it is. What is the biggest fahsha? What is the biggest munkar? It is the rejection of wilaya of Amir al-Mu'mineen wa awladih al-ma'sumin. These people who were fighting against Daesh, in their memories they said we were taping, overhearing their voices when they were in their camps, training for the day after. Said, believe it or not, these are all online. They said the recitations of Quran was the most beautiful. They were in prayers. They were carrying spoons, thinking that they're going to have their lunch after their so-called martyrdom with the Holy Prophet. He said, by overhearing them, we thought that these are the best servants of God. We couldn't believe that these were the same people the morning after they were raiding to the houses of Muslimin and Masihiyun, the Christians, killing the children and women. Karbala is today. Karbala is the consequence of a society that claims to be on the path of haqq without having an imam. And not any imam, an infallible imam. An imam that the Holy Prophet requested us to follow. This is what Karbala is. Therefore, Karbala is repeating itself. Karbala is repeating itself. And until we can prove that if our Imam of time is back and the Karbala is not going to be repeated, until Allah is not ascertained, He'll not come back. One of the plots and agendas of the shaitan and the shayateen in the ending times is to disconnect us from our Imam of time. Meaning what? That bond, that connection between us and our Imam of time will be severed. Therefore, our deen will become a set of rituals that are pointless, and our tawheed will become fake. Because it's not under leadership and guidance of an imam. The Holy Prophet says, Ya Ali, Anta minni bimanzilati Ka'bah. Or Anta bimanzilati Ka'bah. Your status is like the status of Ka'bah. Ta'ti wa la tu'ta. People go to you, you don't go to anyone. The Prophet is the other way. It's the opposite. The Prophet goes to people. The Anbiya, they take the hardship, they go to people. But the Imam is different. You have to go. You have to show that there is a minimum level of growth. And personal growth is not enough. It needs to be a community growth. Do you know what is swarm intelligence? Have you seen the movement of all these fish moving in groups? 500 of them. They swim together without one having any collision or accident with the other. The birds, hundreds of them fly together without losing direction. There was an individual who did a big study on them and said each 6 or certain number of them are connected to a middle leader, and that is connected, or it is in connection with coordination with the main leader, and they make decision and they move together. That is what is wanted from us. So you came together, you did 2 months of azadari, mourning for Imam Hussein alayhi salam. To say what? To say that, oh beloved Imam Hussein, we know the root cause of Karbala, and we don't want it to happen. We do not want to forget the Hussein of our time. We do not want to fail in the test of the Karbala of our time. If we came to masjid, it was only to please the heart of Lady Fatima to Zahra. We didn't care who is the speaker, who is the reciter. We cared to revive and raise the flag and banner of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. This is so important. Oh, I only believe in what I see. If something is unseen, I can't believe it. I just read few verses on the beginning of my part to prove you what? Quran says, Alif Lam Mim. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. There is no doubt in this book, the Holy Quran. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. Not هُدًى لِلْمُسْلِمِينَ. هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. Not هُدًى لِلنَّاسِ. هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. That piety is a prerequisite for guidance. Imagine the faith or that guidance is an airplane. There needs to be a lane for that airplane in an airport to descend and come down. That preparation is needed. Taqwa is the prerequisite of receiving hidayah, receiving guidance. And then it says what? الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ. What is the definition of muttaqin? What is the quality of muttaqin? It is that they believe in the unseen. They have grown beyond the superficial layers of understanding of the deen. They look at it in depth. الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةِ. They establish prayers. It doesn't say they just do pray. It means that with their salat and prayer, the culture of salat is revived. You never see anywhere in the Holy Quran the term muqimin as-salat is being denounced, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks in a negative way in Quran against them. But about musallin He does. He says, wailun lil musallin, woe to the prayers, to those who pray. And then describes which type of prayer Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala means. Yuqimun as-salat. Who is the example of muqimin as-salat? It is Imam Hussein alayhi salam. He prayed his salat on the day of Ashura in the midst of the battlefield. With his salat and with his martyrdom, he revived the culture of salat. Islam got safeguarded from deviation because of his salat and his sacrifice. Same applies to the Holy Prophet. Quran says, اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. You recite in the name of God, because it's with your recitation and with your breathing that all the entire universe will be impacted and enlightened. وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. These are the three qualities of Ahlul Taqwa, the Muttaqin, that will receive guidance, that from what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala includes in their sustenance, they will pay the rights of the poor, they pay charity, and they do not have attachment to this dunya. By that they prove. So the purpose of seeking a proximity to Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, especially to Imam Hussein alayhi salam during the months of Muharram and Safar, is purification, so that we can be reaching the state of taqwa. If we do not reach the state of taqwa, that means our azadari is not. If we are the exact same person as we were before these 2 months, that means our azadari was not accepted. If we go to ziyarah of Imam Hussein Karbala and we come back the same person, that means our ziyarah is not accepted. Should we care about acceptance of our deed? Should we care? Yes, you should. Yes, you should. If you want to hit a target, do you care if your arrow or bullet hits somewhere else? No. Those who go to gun range, practicing shootings, probably we have some of the brothers doing that. You care about it. Then you look at that sheet or that target end and you make sure where the bullet sat. You care. You take the deen seriously. You live the deen. It's not just something that it is our tongue. That's what Imam Hussein alayhi salam wants from us. And this is how we can help our Hussein of time, our Imam of time. By knowing Imam Hussein alayhi salam, by knowing the Ahlul Bayt, and acting upon their teachings. Then we can become good companions for our Imam of time. Recite a salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Today in particular marks the last day of month of Safar, which historically is the martyrdom anniversary of Imam Ali ibn Musa al-Rida. Sallallahu alayka ya Abul Hasan, ya Ali ibn Musa al-Rida. Our hearts dwell in your mashhad. We miss ziyarah by the depth of our heart. There's a beautiful hadith from Imam Rida alayhi salam that I want to leave you with tonight, and inshallah I'll conclude with a short summary in Farsi for those who requested me. If you recite another loud salawat, please. Allahumma salli. Imam Raza alayhi salam says, لا يتم عقل امرئ مسلم حتى تكون فيها 10 خصال. The wisdom of a human being, of an individual, of a man, will not reach completion except if he has these 10 qualities in him. Or if you want to see someone's having wisdom and aql, Imam says, check for these 10 qualities. Awaal, al-khayru minhu ma'amul. Khair is expected from him. He's expected to do good to others. You don't expect him doing evil to others. If it is time of need for help, you can refer to them. Al-khayru minhu ma'amul. Amal means dream, ambition. And here, expectation. وَالسَّرُّ مِنْهُ مَأْمُونَ. And evil, you're safe, guarded from his evil doings. You're absolutely certain that he will not have any shar for you. That person is on the path of completion of aql. يَسْتَكْثِرُ قَلِيلَ الْخَيْرَ مِنْ غَيْرِهِ. If someone else, if another person does a good thing for him, he will exaggerate about it, considers it big and never forgets it. Oh, that brother that night gave me a ride from airport to home. I can never forget it. Anytime I talk to him, I say, I never forget your kindness to me. I always remember it. I'm grateful for it. I'm thanking you for it. وَيَسْتَقِلُّ كَثِيرَ الْخَيْرَ مِنْ نَفْسِهِ. And whatever of khair and good he does to others, he does not see it. He forgets it. He doesn't mention it to them in the time of fighting and argument. If you see the opposite qualities in comparison to these terms, know that that person's aql is weak. Know that that individual's wisdom is in need of serious work. لا يسأم من طلب الحوائج إليه. He doesn't get tired of people coming and referring to him for their needs. I have an expertise, people want me for it. I am a physician with certain speciality. Anytime I come to masjid, people come to me with bunch of questions. I'm a mechanic and everyone having an issue, they come to me. Imam says, a person whose wisdom is in the path of completion, he never gets tired of this. Oh, it's true, they want you for your expertise. You share it with others. Because that expertise was given and granted to you by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It doesn't belong to you. And if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to take it away from you, He can take it away at any time He wants. Sometimes we get so proud of ourselves for obtaining that certain degree or having that certain expertise. Oh, it belongs to Allah. Do you know how is it like? It's like someone, a beautiful person, goes in front of a mirror. And that mirror all of a sudden gets so happy that I am beautiful. You're not beautiful. You're having an image of someone that is beautiful. It's us. At the best, if we have some sort of expertise or a skill or a degree, we are reflecting the light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He has decided to show and bestow upon us. There's nothing to be proud of. We have to be thankful. لا يسأم من طلب الحوائج إليه ولا يمل من طلب العلم طول دهره. He never gets tired of seeking knowledge during his entire course of life. Ayatollah Jawadi Amali says, if someone says, I'm graduated from school, I don't need to learn anymore, that is his first day of ignorance. You never stop learning. Anytime they ask me, oh, what are you? They call you Hujjatul Islam. They call you what? I say, I'm a student of Hausa. There's no end and termination to learning. Especially when it comes to the deen. Imam says he doesn't get tired of. He never gets exhausted of learning. It's a sign of completion of aql. Al-faqru fillahi ahabbu ilayhi min al-ghina. Being in need of Allah, being needy in the door of Allah is to him more beloved than feeling that he is rich and independent from everyone. Min al-ghina. وَالذُّلُّ فِي اللَّهِ, being humiliated or showing humbleness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is أَحَبُّ إِلَيْهِ مِنَ الْعِزِّ فِي أَدُوِّهِ, is more beloved and revered and dear to him than being dear to the enemies of Allah. Oh, this is our life today in United States of America. Sometimes we prefer the satisfaction of Allah over, we do the opposite. We prefer the satisfaction of other than Allah over the satisfaction of Allah. Let me make everyone smile and be satisfied and pleased for me. That is not impossible. There are going to be situations that you have to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And by pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there are going to be people who are not going to be pleased with you. Let that be. They come and go, Allah will remain. The ninth one. وَالْخُمُولُ أَشْهَى إِلَيْهِ مِنَ الشُّهْرَةِ. Being anonymous, being unknown, to him is more revered, is more beloved than fame. Look at the Instagram culture, Snapchat culture, you name it. WhatsApp culture, this social media culture. Everybody is after being famous, being appreciated by others. Let me start my day with posting 100 stories of myself eating breakfast, dinner. Let me get famous. I just want to get famous. Imam says, one of the signs of completion of aql is that they would want to stay anonymous. I come and make donation to the masjid, I make it anonymous. Let no one know me. I have to reach to that rushd and growth to know that the one who should see will see. Who cares about others? He will see. He will never forget our good deeds. And the last one, then Imam says, Al-Awshara wa mal-Awshara. The 10th one, but the 10th one. When Imam says this, when he says Al-Awsharatu wa mal-Awshara, it means that he's going to reiterate on the importance of this very 10th factor. Al-Awsharatu wa mal-Awshara. The 10th one, but the very 10th one, the last one. What is that? La yara ahadan illa qala. He doesn't see anyone except he says, huwa khayrun minni wa atqa. He doesn't see anyone except he says they are better than me and they are more pious than me. That is a sign of aql. Meaning that a sign of jahl and ignorance is that he sees himself above everyone. He comes to the masjid with arrogance and selfishness. He goes, walks into his home, expects the wife to come forward, say salam, be his slave. Goes to work and starts being arrogant with everyone. Goes to school and walks with such pride. That is sign of ignorance. Imam says the sign of completion of aql is that he doesn't see anyone to be inferior to him in terms of khair and taqwa and piety. When I see any one of you, I should say, you're all better than me. I'm sitting on top of a member, that doesn't mean I'm better than you or I'm superior to you. I'm addressing to you, to myself first and then to you. شب شهادت امام رضاست. آقایی که مولایی که به ما یاد دادند اگر حال گریه داشتید بر حسین ابن علی علیه السلام گریه کنید. فرمودند به صحابهشون، به یارشون ریان ابن شبیب، ان کنت باکیا لشیء فابکی للحسین، اگر اشک داری بر سید الشهدا گریه کن. فان البکاء علی الحسین، آخه گریه بر ابا عبدالله جوری اثر میذاره که گناههای بزرگ رو پاک میکنه، دل رو نزدیک میکنه به خدا. اثر این گریه بر امام حسین اینه، انسان سبک میشه، انسان آروم میشه. چرا؟ چون گناهاش پاک میشه. چرا ما روزه رو دوست داریم؟ چون عاشقیم. عاشق کیم؟ عاشق پاکترین بنده خدا که به واسطه شهادتش عالم رو پاک کرد، به واسطه شهادتش فرهنگ نماز رو اقامه کرد. و مضطریم چون از حسین زمانمون دوریم، از حسین زمانمون دوریم. بزرگواران، خواهران، برادران، ماه محرم و صفر تمام شد. امشب ماه صفر تمام شد. معلوم نیست چه کسی سال دیگه ماه محرم باشه، بتونه خدمتگزاری بکنه نکنه، بتونه نوکری بکنه نکنه. لذا قدر این همین امشبی که مونده رو بدونیم. امیرالمومنین علیه السلام فرمودن که هر وقت نماز میخونید فکر کنید نماز آخره، اینطوری نماز بخونید. من میگم هر وقت میاد مجلس ابا عبدالله یا مجلسی از مجالس اهل بیت علیهم السلام، فکر کنید این آخرین باری است که مسجد میایید، فکر کنید این آخرین جلسه ایه که میتونید شرکت بکنید و قدر این جلسه رو بهتر میتونید. استفاده و بهره‌ای که از این جلسه باید ببرید بیشتر میشه. انشالله خداوند ما رو برای امام زمانمون به درد بخور قرار بده. خدای پروردگارا اگر گناهی کردیم، بدی کردیم در این به حق این 2 ماهی که خودت بهمون اجازه دادی برای امام حسین علیه السلام خدمتی بکنیم، به حق شهید کربلا، شهید تشنه لب کربلا از ما درگذر. آنی و کمتر از آنی ما و نسل و ذریه‌مون رو از این پرچم سیاهای نورانی که بیرق هدایت در این آخر الزمانه، دستمون رو از این پرچم ها کوتاه مفرما. اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد و عجل فرجهم. اللهم كل وليك الحجة ابن صلواتك عليه وعلى في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا المحافظة وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وآينا حتى توام وتمتعه فيها برحمتك يا أرحم. Lost in the darkness, I found the light. It took my breath away, shining so bright. It whispered so gently, come to the golden dome. I'm also a stranger, far away from home. Ya Ali Musa Ridha, Ya Ali Musa Ridha, Ya Ali Musa Ridha, Ya Ali Musa Ridha. You're the core of mercy, please intercede. On the day of judgment, help is what I need. Chosen to guide us, your words are true. Blessed and purified, peace be upon you. Ya Ali Musa Ridha, Ya Ali Musa Ridha, Ya Ali Musa Ridha, Ya Ali Musa. Abu Sa'd, the companion of Imam al-Ridha, says, the Imam told me, Abu Sa'd, if you saw me covering my head with my abba, walking back from the castle of Ma'mun, know that I have been poisoned by him. Be ever and look for that moment. Abu Sa'd says, I was waiting for him in the streets of Tus. All of a sudden I saw my Imam having Abba over his head walking. Every time he tries to get closer to his house, he falls down on the ground. And he manages to get back up. Maybe every time he fell down, he called out, Ya Zahra, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, it is my destiny to remember you again in my last moments. Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, you fell down in the streets of Medina the moment you heard the news of the departure of Lady Fatima Zahra. It was said Amir al-Mu'mineen was in the masjid. Hassanain ran to their father. Oh Baba, come fast. Matat Ummuna Fatima. Come quickly, our mother has passed away. Amir al-Mu'mineen kept falling down, getting back up, walking to his house. Abu Sa'd says, I was seeing Imam al-Ridha falling down due to the effect of the poison. Being intoxicated from the poison, Imam got into his house and asked Abu Sa'd, close all the doors and the gates, let me be alone in my room. Abu Sa'd says, I witnessed that Imam is dealing with a great amount of pain. All of a sudden I saw a young lad passing through the doors and entering into the hujra, the room of Imam Raza. I asked them, who are you, Agha? How did you made it to here? He said, the Allah, the God that took me all the way from Medina to Tus, knows how to pass me through the closed doors. Abu Sa'd says, I noticed this is the son of Imam Rida Jawadul A'imma, and I also observed that Imam Rida is waiting so that on the last moments his head would be on the lap of his son, the next Imam. But in Karbala, what was the distance from the tents to the maqtal of Abu Abdullah? Zainul Abidin couldn't make it to Imam al-Husayn. فَفَقَارَ سَوَّلَ التُّرَابِ کربلا، سر رو بر روی خاک کربلا گذاشت. فردن وحیدا بلا ناصر و بلا معین، کسی سرشو به دامن نگرفت. حسین 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 یا ابوالحسن یا رضا، یا ابوالحسن یا رضا، یا ابوالحسن یا رضا، یا ابوالحسن یا ابوالحسن یا. Stand up in respect and inshallah let's make lines and صفوف عزاداری رو تشکیل بدید. انشالله با هم یه چند خطی سینه بزنیم در این آخرین شام ماه سفر. یا ابوالحسن یا رضا، یا رضا، یا ابوالحسن یا رضا، یا ابوالحسن یا رضا، یا ابوالحسن. Come closer. رضا، یا ابوالحسن یا رضا، یا ابوالحسن یا رضا، یا ابوالحسن یا رضا، یا ابوالحسن. آمدم ای شاه پناهم بده، خط امانی ز گناهم بده، شاه پناهم بده، شاه پناهم بده، شاه پناهم بده. خسته راه آمدم، آه نگاهم مکن، غرق گناه آمدم. یا ابوالحسن یا رضا، یا ابوالحسن یا رضا، یا ابوالحسن یا رضا، یا ابوالحسن رضا. دامن آلوده و بار گناه آورده ام، دامن آلوده و بار گناه آورده ام. گرچه آهی در بساطم نیست آورده ام، هر که بودم هر که هستم بر کسی مربوط و نیست، بر امام مهربان خود پناه آورده ام. ای حرمت ملجأ درماندگان، ای حرمت ملجأ درماندگان، دور
مران از در و راهم بده شاه پناهم بده شاه پناهم بده شاه پناهم بده خسته راه آمدم آه نگاهم مکن غرق گناه آمدم یا ابوالحسن یا رضا یا ابوالحسن یا ابوالحسن یا رضا یا ابوالحسن لایق وصل تو که من نیستم لایق وصل تو که من نیستم از به یک لحظه نگاهم بده در شب اول که به قبرم نهد نور بدان شام سیاهم بده شاه پناهم بده خسته راه آمدم آه نگاهم مکن غرق گناه آمدم یا ابوالحسن یا رضا یا ابوالحسن یا رضا یا ابوالحسن یا رضا یا ابوالحسن رضا آمدم ای شاه سلامت کنم عرض ارادت به مقامت کنم آنچه که دارم تو رساندی به من هیچ ندارم که به نامت کنم شاه پناهم بده خسته راه آمدم آه نگاهم مکن غرق گناه آمدم یا ابوالحسن یا رضا یا ابوالحسن یا ابوالحسن یا رضا یا ابوالحسن یا ابوالحسن یا رضا یا ابوالحسن یا رضا یا ابوالحسن یا رضا یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین Every night I remember you on the day of regret. Won't you look at me too? All of the pain that I've been through all goes away every night that I call on you. All of my life I wish I knew I could be at your shrine if I just cried for you. You were my first love on this earth. My heart has been burning for you ever since birth. With my last breath I want to see your face above, telling me that you accept me. I wish I was in Karbala. I wish I was in Karbala. For you I'd go instead of the son of Layla. My chest for you until today is a shield I hope to die while on your way. Every night I remember you. Every night I remember you. On the day of regret, won't you look at me too? Ya Sayyid al-Ahrar, Abu Abdullah, Abu Abdullah, Abu Abdullah, Abu Abdullah, Ya Abu Abdullah, Abu Abdullah, Ya Abu Abdullah, Ya Abu Abdullah, Abu Abdullah, Ya Hujjat ibn al-Hasan, أجل على ظهورك يا صاحب الزمان. شبگر رخ مهتاب نبیند سخته، لب تشنه اگر آب نبیند سخته است. ما نوکر و ارباب تویی مهدی جان، نوکر رخ ارباب نبیند سخت است. All together همه به آواز بلند با صدای جلی صدا بزنیم. یبن حسن، یبن آقای من، یبن مولای من، یبن دین من، دنیای من، یبن الحسن. اللهم به حق الحسین و به حق اصحاب الحسین و به حق مولانا علی ابن موسی الرضا 10 times all together. یا الله.
یا الله یا رحمان یا رحیم، یا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا علی دینک، واکفنا یا قاضی الحاجات و یا کافی المهمات، انک علی کل شیء قدیر. الهی یا حمید و به حق محمد، یا عالی و به حق علی، یا فاطر و به حق فاطمه، یا محسن و به حق الحسن، یا قدیم الاحسان به حق الحسین. خدایا فرج امام زمان ما نزدیک بگردان. O Allah, hasten the return and the reappearance of our beloved Imam of time. Make us to be the useful companions of our Imam of time. وجود ما رو برای امام زمان اون نافع قرار بده. نعمتهایی که در زندگی به ما عطا کردی رو خرج خودت و خرج راه پیامبر و خرج راه امام زمان کن. خدایا make us grateful for whatever you have given us and grant us the tawfiq and the chance to spend all of your blessings that you have bestowed us with for you and on the path of haq inshallah. خدایا پروردگارا عزاداری این 2 ماه رو به کرمت به احسن وجه قبول بفرما. Accept the service and servitude. Anything that anyone did at any point during these 2 months for Imam Hussein alayhi salam, and safeguard it until
the hereafter for us, Ya Allah. خدایا قسمت میدیم در این شب به حق علی ابن موسی رضا مرزای ما لباس عافیت بپوشان. Grant cure and healing to all those who are going through disease, illnesses, serious issues, mental health issues, family issues. Ya Allah, grant them help and grant them ease and comfort, inshaAllah. We ask you, O Allah, complete our wisdom and our rationality, complete our aql by the definitions of the advice of Imam Rida alayhi salam. Refrain us from ignorance. برای شادی روح همه گذشتگان رفتگان، پدر مادرها، علما، فضلا، شهدا، هر کسی که یا حسین گفته از دنیا رفت و کسی یادش نمیکنه. For all the marhumin, please recite aloud salawat with Fatiha.